And welcome to the Loading Screen Podcast, number 36. My name is KadexGaming. Along with me, as always, MonsterousRage and Angry Iceberg. Today we're going to be talking about Destiny Community Con. Holy crap. I have
What's wrong?
reverb in my ears. Nothing. Just reverb.
Alright.
Destiny Con 2016, how was it? We're going to be talking about raising $545,000 for St. Jude's. We're also going to be talking about support from your community and how it feels us, new features on Twitch, bits, and being able to see what streams your friends are watching. And we're also going to go into a little bit of gaming, our favorite games of the PS3 and Xbox 360 era. But first, we are going to, of course, talk about Destiny Community Con 2016. Next year will be Guardian Con 2017. This is solely directed basically at Angry Iceberg. Iceberg, how was the con for you, and how did you enjoy it?
Oh man, I tell you what, it was amazing. There's just I don't even know where to start really. I think the best part, of course, of the whole con was being able to meet all the great people. You know, people from my community, people from other communities. Being able to be introduced to people, that maybe didn't know me before. And just, all the love that was in that convention hall while I was there, being able to go over to King Cathalion's house the night before and, meet, pretty much anybody in the directory, as far as when you're talking about partner streamers, that you'd want to meet, from Gathalion. Professor Broman was the one that opened up the door. I went with Gary Nowpost was the one that took me up there. His wife, streamer by Princess Nards, was with us as well. Any rate, so we go up there. It was Professor Broman actually opened the door for us, and of course, just instant hugs all around. Just like I said, anybody that you can imagine from the top of the directory, that are partner streamers were there. Even some of the non-partner streamers, like Dammit Bennett was there, the Hamburglar, which had a big role in the Destiny Community Con preparation and the stream and everything. So like it was just incredible. Seeing Goth there in his own home and being able to meet him and guys like Wish You Luck and Real Crafty and Triple Wreck and Mav Show, I could just name drop for a while now, just all the people that were there and, be able to introduce yourself. I got a chance, hang out with Robbie V, which he and I have been chatting back and forth for a while, and just sitting there to talk to him about different things. Grenader Jake was there and just like all these different people that you really respect and, for what they do in the community. Were there. And so it was, that in itself, if that's all I went down for, that would have been enough. But the next day, you get in there, I got in there at 7:30 in the morning and, there was a lot of people that were, a lot of non-partner streamers who had volunteered, for the event were there. Legendary Ladman was there. Zombie Gallery was there. Rogue Bishop was there and all these different people that, you've been friends with for quite a while were in the building, and then they let the people with the exotic shirts in, and so you got to meet some of them, and and then the floodgates opened when they opened up the doors for general entry, and just the fact that they predict, or they made available 4,000 tickets. And they still had to turn somewhere. I hear some different numbers, but the number that I got from K Magic 101 was 1,600 people, which is insane because they sold out the event, and so it was I don't know, man, it was incredible getting the chance to be up on stage in front of 3,000 people plus the 7,000 that were in the stream was incredible. So. I can't say enough of it. I'm still kind of suffering a little bit of post DCC depression. Just, I wish I was back there, with all those people. Man, I just can't say enough of, what that particular event meant to me. And I think what it meant to a whole lot of people.
Yeah. And definitely they have already tweeted out that Guardian Con 2017 will be multiple days. Yeah. In order to fit more people. They're also going to have a bigger venue, and it's taking off like a rocket ship. So that's all due to the fantastic Destiny community which I get to experience every day as a moderator for MonsterousRage. And yeah, I absolutely love the community, and what they've done is absolutely astounding. Speaking of what they've done, $545,000 to St. Jude in a matter of a week. The single highest video game donation to St. Jude's ever.
By double.
That
is nuts.
The earliest the earlier one was 250,000, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So MonsterousRage, how do you feel about that?
Okay, well, I gotta say, like, it doesn't matter whether it's Destiny or another game. The fact that money is being raised for sick kids and that sort of stuff, that's a bonus. I mean, $545,000 in 1 week to me is mind-blowing for a community based off of one game. Guys, seriously, good job, because I've never heard of it on Twitch, and it hasn't been done on Twitch before. This is the first time that this much money has been raised by one community for one single game. So what do I think of it? It's amazing. Do it again. Do it again. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Show everyone else what they have to do. Show everybody else what they have to do to pull money together for, charity foundations like this. This isn't, well, look, I did a fundraiser a few weeks back and we did a 24-hour cast and raised $1,000 collectively between myself, Kadex, and Slink. But that's chump change. That's chump change compared to 545,000. This is stuff that can buy actual equipment that's going to help children with cancer, with all these other types of illnesses that come around. And guys, it's amazing. It's amazing. I've said nothing but praise to you guys all week, and you're gonna get my praise for quite some time. Let's make it 1 million next time, guys. Let's do 1 million.
Yeah, that's kind of where they're setting their goals for next time. I mean, the con's gonna be bigger. They're talking about triple the event, the venue they're hoping to get is gonna be triple the size. It's gonna be scheduled for 2 days instead of one. They're gonna have one of the events that they're talking about is having a PvP tournament, a major PvP tournament there, which should be great. Hopefully, they're talking, they'll probably be in the talks with Activision as, in being having a larger role, an active role in it. The only thing that really kind of holds them back is how much of a role that Activision wants to take in it, because they don't want to give up control of this event because this is their baby. And so if Activision says, no, we're going to, take over this event, then they'll, kind of go without them. And then, they're going to get more sponsors. I mean, this time there was, as far as like vendors, there was only a couple there. There was Control Freak was there, and the Crossroads app folks were there, which was I did an event with them the week before, or like a couple weeks before that, whenever it was. So I really enjoyed working with them, and they were there. It was really cool. They actually had care packages, or like faction packages for all the streamers. So that was really dope. But then they had, of course, St. Jude was there, StackUp was there, StackUp.org was there. And then of course Guardian Outpost had his growing streamers booth. So I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of booths there, but I guarantee you next year there's going to be many more booths. There's going to be more room for booths. There's going to be regular event sponsors that are going to get involved. I mean, the event next year is going to be huge. I would say easily they'll double their attendance. And for anybody that's thinking about going, or considering it, make sure that you pre-order your tickets when they go live in December. Because like I said before, they turned away 1,600 people, possibly more. They weren't all from the Tampa area. No, they weren't. It's really unfortunate that it happened, but that just goes to show you how passionate this community is about this game, and about the people who are content creators from this game. I mean, just seeing walking around and seeing Dado, he was kind of the first one. He kind of aside from the meet and greets, he had a line that's just a freaking mile long, you know, sitting there, you know, waiting to kind of meet him out on the floor. And they had to kind of break that up and they had to kind of move things around, you know, but, and then, you know, so later on, Professor Broman had the same thing. Gathalion had the same thing. You know, Mr. Fruit had the same thing. In fact, at one point, K Magic 101 asked me to go and grab Mr. Fruit some food from the concession stand because there was no way he was going to be able to get there because he would have got mobbed as soon as he comes out. So I went and did that for him. You know, so it was, you know, it was one of those things that's just the passion and just the smiles. I mean, everybody was in a great mood. It seemed like everybody was having fun, of course, except for the guys that got turned away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it was
bring a baseball bat, people.
Oh man, it was just such an amazing event. Such an amazing event. You know, it's I just don't know. I don't know, man. Like, you can ask questions.
What would you want for next year? What wasn't there this year that you want to have happen next year?
Oh,
Activision.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I think that they did a really good job with planning this event. They underestimated how many people were going to be there. That was really their only mistake. I think K Magic ran a really good, you know, a really good operation. He did, you know, nobody can really complain about that. Like, seriously, I think the only problem they had, I mean, everything was on time. The only thing they really had a problem with was just not enough room. They couldn't, you know, handle everybody that wanted to attend. And so I think, you know, and so that's going to be the biggest lesson they're going to take away from this. As far as what I would like to see more, I mean, again, I guess, you know, I'd like to see more booths, but I think that's going to happen. I think, you know, just more vendors, and that sort of thing.
Can I suggest something that I would like to see next year?
Sure.
As a person that's, you know, hermit, you know, doesn't go anywhere, it'd be nice for the people that can't get to it, some sort of streaming situation where you can still feel like you're at the event even though you're not there. I know there was periscoping and stuff done like that for the event, but I'd like to have some sort of, if it's a 3-day event, then have some area where the stream is up for 24.
Well, it was up for that. It was up for that whole time. But okay, so here's the thing: is they showed the stage, they showed the crowd, but that was really all that they were able to do.
Yeah.
You know, because
that's what I mean. I'd
money.
like to see, like, you know, when you guys went for your dinner as a group, I'd like to have some sort of situation where we could get involved in it. You know what I mean? Like, you've got portable devices. We've got AverMedia cards that you can take with you, and even if it's not live, just have something that could pop up later. You could do a rebroadcast or something like that, but have it there that people can experience what you guys are experiencing.
Sure.
That would be my only suggestion as a person that just wouldn't be able to get to an event like that.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I mean, I don't know how that would work exactly, but I mean, I could see them, you know, looking into that. They, you know, I think next year it's going to be more of a production from the stream aspect. They had originally intended to have, you know, cameras in the laser tag area. They intended to have, you know, cameras in, you know, in different places, but it just came down to funding in the end. You know, because, you know, all that money that came from the stream went to St. Jude's. What paid for the event were pre-order sales of the shirts and for the you know, of the tickets. So and then some again some from, you know, out of pocket from, you know, Goth even, you know, put some of his own money into it. So it's, yeah, I mean there's a lot of things. I know that they have learned a lot from this event. There will be you know, it will be bigger. It'll be better next year. They, you know, since they learned so much. And honestly, I cannot wait until next year. I mean, I will be there. There's no doubt about it. I will be better prepared for it. Learning some lessons. I didn't get around to hanging out with as many people as I would like to, or, you know, shook enough hands or gave hugs. Mainly one of the big reasons was simply because I was there so early and I'd been standing on my feet pretty much the whole time since I got to Tampa. And so very early on, my feet were just sore. So in the end, I basically had to walk around the floor, you know, and meet who I could. And then I had to go sit down for a little bit and rest my feet. And then I went back out. And And a lot of people are kind of, you know, complaining about that too, as far as the, you know, the streamers and the content creators I talk to, kind of having the same problems, just their feet were hurting. So next year I'm going to try to hopefully be a little bit more organized in that respect, so I can get out and meet more people. I'm also going to try to organize meetups, you know, outside of the con for my community, so that, you know, I don't miss out. I did try to have some breakfasts scheduled, and unfortunately Sunday they had the after party on Monday, or Friday, on Saturday rather. And yo, Lady Rattles UK, thank you so much for 2 months. Sorry.
Too much apple juice.
Yeah, too much apple. Actually, yeah. Well, Saturday I was drinking the Kentucky apple juice. Anyway, so when I went to bed, I set my alarm for Saturday instead of Sunday. And so when I woke up, it was already about 15 minutes after when we were supposed to meet up. And by the time I would have got everything together, you know, because I was leaving from the, you know, I was leaving later that morning. By the time I would have got everything together and to the airport or down there, I would have been probably late for my flight. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet, and that's one of my biggest regrets, is kind of missing out on some of those things, including when I was supposed to go to the football game with some members from my community, and unfortunately, we kind of got stuck at Goth. Just no ride back in, because Goth does not live very close to where you know, where downtown is, or where we were at the event center there. So so that was another one of my regrets. But other than that, man, it was such an amazing weekend. Met so many great people, which now, you know, I could put a face to. You know, I go into a chat, you know, even in other streamers, people that you know, who knew who I was and I knew who they were. But now we're a lot closer. You know, for example, Spazzy Professor, we spent a lot of time talking and hanging out because we went up on stage together and stuff like that. And so I think that, you know, like from that standpoint, our relationship, as far as, you know, our friendship and stuff, is a lot stronger now because we know each other more. And so it's, you know, it's more meaningful when you see a person like that in your chat, you know, because you've actually interacted with them, you know, you've hugged or you shook hands or whatever. So it's I don't know, man. I just can't wait till next year. I wish I could go to TwitchCon. Honestly, I wish I could go to TwitchCon, because I think it'd be a very similar experience. But at the same time, you know, I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up this last weekend for the world.
Right. Somebody was honestly thinking about going to TwitchCon and DestinyCon, and they said that if they were to go to TwitchCon, they'd just hang around the Twitch booth and with the other Destiny people that went to the con. So it's basically like going to DCC all over again.
Right. Yeah.
So from your complaints, Angry Icebergs, or your things that they can improve on. So basically they need a stadium-sized jump castle so your feet don't hurt, and they can fit everybody in. And Kadex needs to be there as well. So I need to be there next year at DCC. Nobody's Kadex, but that's okay.
I'll try, guys, but I'll be in a suit. I'll say, hey, you remember this voice, guys? But I'll be in a full suit.
Yeah, when everybody will be like, dude, you know, the furry convention is down the road.
What?
Yeah,
what?
Exactly.
This is in Borderlands?
But yeah, I mean,
and moving on.
Yeah, and moving on. So support from your community, how this fuels us streamers. Now, we stream for you. We don't stream just for the self-satisfaction of it. We stream because we want to build a community that everybody can enjoy. So how does this fuel you? How does support from the community fuel streamers? We'll go ahead and start with MonsterousRage.
It keeps us going. It really does. Like when I first started streaming, I really didn't have a set plan at all. I was just going live, and I had some people come in and they liked what I did and they kept coming back, and then more people started coming back and they started talking with each other. And then I would notice that conversations are happening in chat that aren't regarding me whatsoever. They're just starting to build friendships between them. And I think that's really where the community starts, is through that process. The reason I like it is it's not just about you guys coming and watching me play games. It's about friends coming together and hanging out for a few hours, just like you would do in your everyday life, except you do it while you're watching me game. It's great banter between a streamer and the community that they build. It's never a bad situation. If you get people that come into the cast that are there just to, well, for a lack of a better word, be an asshole, your community is immediately going to step in and control the situation. They will guard that streamer, and the streamer will guard their community if they are good at what they do. So yeah, for me, community is definitely a strong part of any streamer's repertoire. And I think that it starts out with you being watched, and it ends with you building friendships. Yeah. And I think that's a great thing. I love it, and that's why I keep doing it. It's, you know, I could play games anytime, folks. I play games live because you guys come in and we talk to each other. That's the reason I'm a streamer. If there was nobody around, I probably wouldn't do it.
All right, Angry Iceberg.
Well, you know, I think that, you know, when you're talking about this whole streaming thing is very much a very mental game to be a streamer. And you know, if you have a good community supporting you, it can make all the difference. I know that, you know, coming home from DCC, and you know, just like I said, I mean, it's a serious thing that I say that, you know, I have, you know, post DCC depression. It is not a lie. I mean, I just like I want to be back there, and just you start to, little things start to creep in your mind, but then you talk to your community and you realize that they have your back and that they're there for you, and they don't, you know, they're, I don't know, I mean, it just lifts your spirits when you really think about how this group of people that has become, your family, really, you know, your second family, that, you know, that they genuinely care about you just as much as you genuinely care about them. Then it kind of helps all the other little insignificant problems kind of go away, you know? So, you know, and that's, it's so important as a streamer to have, and to have that, so that, you know, you get on every day, to be with them as a community.
Yeah. I mean, this is why we do it. We love community. Now, I started playing video games way before Twitch was even a glint in somebody's eye, actually way before the internet was a thing. But this is the pinnacle of gaming now. This is the height of the gaming experience, because not only do you get to play your game, you basically get to play couch co-op, or you know, you get to sit on a couch while all your best friends are in the same room with you, talking about the game and talking with you about the game. Yeah, that's basically what Twitch is, and it's a beautiful thing. And it's made it so where video games, while playing video games is up here, streaming video games is way up here. I mean, it's the height of what you can do on this platform.
I very rarely play games when I'm not live.
Yeah, the only games that I'll play off of stream is when I'm like listening to a podcast. I'll play like an easy game like Minecraft or Euro Truck Simulator or something like that, and I'll be listening to a podcast, and usually it's, you know, about streaming or about gaming or something like that. So it's part of the community. I mean, having your close friends there each and every day, talking with you, letting them know how you are, them letting you know how they are. It's a friendship, and it's a deep friendship. It's deeper than internet friendships usually go, because we get to see you guys on a regular basis. It's like if we walk into a store, hey, you know, how you doing over there, Hi Knee, or hey, what's going on, Hyperius? What's going on, man? You know, how's the girlfriend? You know, it's amazing. I can't think of a better platform. But our next topic is new features on Twitch. Now, there's two new features I want to talk about. I want to talk about bits, which Angry Iceberg will be able to elaborate a bit more on it. And the second one is for everybody, being able to see what streams your friends are watching at any given time. Ooh, Spygate. Let's go ahead and start with Angry Iceberg.
Well, I mean, like bits. All right, so bits is one of those things where it kind of goes a couple different ways. Number one, it's good for a streamer because it's additional income. You know, and it helps to kind of prevent one of the biggest problems as a streamer, which is chargebacks. You know, kind of the negative side though is that if a viewer, you know, somebody in your community wants to, you know, contribute to your stream through a tip, you know, if they choose the bits route, they're actually going to be paying more for the same tip as if they just sent it to your PayPal anyway, you know, through your donation link. So in that respect, it's kind of a bad thing. But again, it's, you know, but at the same time, you know, the viewer, the person that's using the bits do get something out of it. More than they would just a regular tip, in that they, you know, they get a little animated thing that happens, you know, on stream. You know, they get a badge that they can, you know, they potentially could have a badge in stream that kind of you know, shows that they've, you know, they've done what they've done. And so, I mean, there are some benefits there, but ultimately, I don't really push, you know, bits all that much. You know, if somebody wants to send them to me, then, you know, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But again, I'm not going to do anything that's going to be like, hey, you should do this thing. But, you know, I think that my attitude would probably change is if they had more like free ways for viewers to gain bits, you know, through like watching advertisements or doing, you know, doing the polls and stuff like that. And I think there was something kind of going in that direction. But ultimately, like, I just hate I just hate, you know, thinking about, you know, somebody who wants to tip me having to pay more to do so, you know?
Right. All right, MonsterousRage, what do you think about them?
Well, the bits, I think it's a good idea from another standpoint that wasn't covered. When somebody sends a tip my way, guess what, people? I've got all your information. I know what your name is. I know where you are. All of that information is sent to me because of payment options that are done there. This bit form eliminates that. There is no worry of getting personal information anymore with donations, tips, whatever you want to call it. So I think it's a great idea in that terms, because there's a lot of personal information that's flowing around right now, and it doesn't need to. So they obviously can't figure out how to make it an anonymous situation right now, because everything has to be transferred through some sort of payment.
Right.
So
well,
yeah,
I mean, it's up to the individual. You can set up your account for privacy as well, though.
That is true, but you as a streamer, they still know your actual name because of everything you've got set up.
Nope.
Well,
no, that's why you.
For me, then.
Well, you have to set it up. That's what I'm saying. You have to set it up like with a business account.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. There's workarounds for it, but for most streamers, that's just not a thing that's in play. So these bits will take care of that completely. There is no worry of that that transfer of information. So that's why I really enjoy it. That's why I like it. Unfortunately, right now it is only for partnered streamers. Maybe that'll change in the future.
No, it won't. It won't, because it won't. Bits will always be partner streamers because it's Twitch paying you, so you have to be able to fill out tax forms. So bits will always be for partner streamers. It will never be for your average streamer. Unless they figure out some way around that, because you have to fill out tax forms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. So my personal information is just going to get spread out there until one, I do a business account, or two, become partnered. It's probably going to become partnered because I'm too lazy to do a business account.
And it's really not that hard. I mean, it really is. I mean, usually if you go to your PayPal, there's an option there to do it. You know,
too lazy.
So you'd rather spend countless hours streaming in order to finally get partnership to protect your information, or take 3 minutes to set up a business account?
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds pretty stupid, but I'll do the latter.
There you go.
That's why I like it.
I think bits are good and bits are bad. Now, as far as charity streams go, bits can be amazing. You know, it can show your support for the charity. You know, hey, I threw in 1,000 bits for this charity, or hey, I was able to do this and whatnot, and have that badge.
Well, actually, let me talk about this. Okay, so the bits do not go directly to you right away. It's just like
ad revenue.
Well, just like ad revenue and just like sub revenue, it's paid out at the end of a period. So
Right.
I mean, honestly, bits is not good for charity. I'm going to disagree with you right there. I think that's a bad way to contribute to charity.
Okay.
Very bad way. I mean, instead of using, buying bits and contributing, just, contribute directly.
PayPal. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. And the other way it is that it can be bad because it can almost segment a community in a way. And it's basically saying, well, hey, I donated. Hey, here's my fancy badge. What are you doing? I've seen some people in a few chats, they were League of Legends chats, but hey, I donated 1,000 bits. I got a better thing than you do. Or I got this and you don't. I'm like, that's not the way this works. I mean, yeah, you can donate your money and you have that cool badge and whatnot, and it's something to be proud of. But it's never something to like put over somebody else.
Yeah.
And I've actually seen that happen a few times in a few other streams, and I didn't quite like it. So bits as in general, I think they do need to tweak it, but I think they will tweak it. I think they're going to make a few changes, maybe make it more accessible, maybe have it so where partner streamers could choose whether it's added to their ad revenue, or like maybe on a weekly basis it's sent to their PayPal instead. I'd like to see that. Otherwise, yeah, they're here to stay. They're not going anywhere, guys.
Well, can I touch on the other section of being able to see who's watching what now with the new implement on Twitch? It's really good for stalkers.
Yeah, it is.
That's all I got. It's really good for stalkers.
Pretty much.
That's the only reason it's there. Oh, look, that's where they are. Let's go find them.
Well, it's somewhat convenient too, because if you don't want to whisper somebody, or if somebody has their whispers turned off, say if there's a streamer that you watch, but they're watching their stream and they have their whispers turned out, what chat they're in. You can pop in there and talk to them for a little bit. Other than that, yeah, it's basically just a stalker's paradise. I don't see a reason why they did that, honestly. You do have the ability to share or not share with certain people. I don't like it. It's really creepy. So you can tell whenever people are watching those girl gamers, and it's like,
okay, yeah, perfect example right there.
dirty.
Just a stalking situation that has just become a thing because now you can see where they are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It might crash and burn. It might be fine, but I don't see the absolute positiveness of this this situation, because, like I said, it's really just for you to find people, and it's going to cause a lot of problems with people that are looking for people that don't want to be found.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anything else, Iceberg?
I don't know, man. I guess I haven't really looked into it all that much. I haven't really found a real problem with it. I mean, I guess I haven't looked into, is there an option to just, go invisible or go show offline?
Yeah, you can go offline.
yeah,
That would fix your issue.
And so, I mean, I think
but
that
do you want to do that all the time?
well, I mean, why not? I mean, if that's an issue, I mean, why else?
Yep, I get it, but it's just that for a lot of people, that's just a feature that they've implemented that's causing as much as it's a small pain in the ass, it's a pain in the ass. I just don't think that this needed to be implemented in it at all. You know when your friends, like we've had the friends list pop up already, when your friends are online when you go onto Twitch, but do you really need to be informed of exactly where they are all the time? I don't think you do.
Yeah.
You're going to communicate with your friends regardless, so you guys are going to know where you're going. I just think this is a tool for evil intent. There are plenty of people that are going to use it for good reasons, but there's a lot more that are going to use it for bad ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's trolls out there. They're everywhere.
Yeah. But again, you know, you have to accept them as friends for it to be an issue. So I mean, if you think if it's a concern, just don't add people as friends. I mean, I really don't see a big issue in it.
I get what you're saying, but I mean, how many times have you, and I'm not trying to denounce your point, but how many times have you had friend requests come up on Twitch and you know, it could be somebody that's in your stream frequently, but you don't talk to them a lot, but you've seen them come in frequently, so you push yes. And it turns out that that person is going to cause a lot of problems for you. And it's only because you pushed yes that now they have that access. So yeah, you can easily say no, but then that turns on to another situation. They know that you've declined the request. So now, are you insulting people?
Or you could just not accept it or not decline it. Either way, I mean, it's
keep it in the box.
Yeah.
But yeah, while we were discussing that, I add 3 people on my friends list. And our last comment of the evening is going to be favorite games of the PS3/Xbox 360 era. Now, I'm not including the Nintendo Wii. If you have a Nintendo Wii game, you can throw it in there, but it was the Wii. So, so we'll go ahead and start with all 3 of us. We'll just go round robin. We'll start with the PS3. Any favorite PS3 games? We'll go ahead and start with Angry Iceberg.
PS3 game. The only reason I ever bought a PS3, Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the only reason I bought a PS3. Or not PS3. I'm sorry. I'm thinking PS2. PS3 favorite game. Man, I really did not play my PS3 very much. Wow.
I'll shut one out. God of War. God of War is one of the reasons I love PS3.
PS3, yeah, okay.
God of War 3, Ascension.
Really?
Yeah. I love those games.
Okay, yeah.
Journey was another one back on PS3. I like a lot of indie titles back on the older systems. But yeah, mainstream was God of War, but I love Journey. I thought that was a fantastic game. I've probably played through it maybe 30 times now. Yeah. Those were my 2 picks that I wrote down.
Yeah, well, I mean, now you say it, I mean, I'd agree with you. Journey is pretty dope. I didn't play Journey until it was out on the PS4, so just there's that. But yep. I mean, I think Kadex, you know, reminded me, yeah, Uncharted, definitely. Oh, actually, and that even reminds me of absolutely my favorite game, and I think everybody's gonna have a hard time arguing against this. The Last of Us, bar none, best game on PS3. Yep.
My girlfriend just played through it a second time. She's actually right towards the end. My girlfriend loves that game, and I could sit down and watch her play that forever.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game. Heavy Rain was another one that I really liked.
Yeah. Heavy Rain was awesome. PS3 games for me, one of my top number ones was Metal Gear Solid 4. It brought in elements of Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, and still had enough to make it its own game. So I absolutely love Metal Gear Solid 4. I will own that game until the day I'm putting up Pine Box. Uncharted series, of course. I have all the Uncharted games, 1, 2, 3, and 4. God of War 3 was amazing. Gran Turismo 6 was good. It wasn't as good as the first one, but the first one had crappy graphics, so I'm kind of apples and oranges there. Heavy Rain is amazing as well.
Yeah, great game.
I actually played the Final Fantasy X and X-2 remix on PS3. And then, like 2 months later, they made it for the PS4. So I have it for PS2, PS3, and PS4.
Yep.
I'm horrible. And what else? I miss PS Home. The little like almost Second Life clone that they had on PlayStation.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, I used to have fun with the little mini games in there. It was kind of fun. They shut that down like a year and a half ago, I think.
Yeah.
But
there's probably reasons for that.
Oh, there's definitely reasons for that. Nobody liked it anymore. Nobody played it since the PS4 came out, so there's no need of keeping it. But yeah, I mean, I had a whole lot of fun on PS3. Now, Xbox 360, you guys are probably gonna know more than me because I didn't own a 360, but I did play a 360. So we'll go ahead and start off with Angry Iceberg on that one.
Wow, to pick a favorite game from Xbox 360 is going to be tough because I played.
You can list a few.
Oh man, I mean, just the ones that I played. I would say the best game, the one that I probably spent the most, leaves the most memories for me, was probably gonna be Call of Duty 4. Even though that's multi-platform, but you know, that's the one game that I probably played the most of. I played a lot of NHL on there. You know, as far as like we talked about this, as far as like the indie game style, heavy, God damn it, Heavy Weapon, or wait, is that right? Heavy Weapon. Anyway,
Heavy Weapon, Heavy Metal.
No, it's Heavy Weapon. I think it was the name of it. At any rate,
Okay.
I'm trying to think of like any games that really like left a meaningful impression. I think like the prototype games, like especially Prototype 1, Grand Theft Auto 4 was and still remains to the day the only Grand Theft Auto that I have completed. You know, as far as the story is concerned. So yeah, I mean, I played a lot more 360 than I did PS3, but again, at the same time, I generally kind of stuck to one game. At first it was Rainbow Six Vegas, and then it was Call of Duty 4. Yep. And then after that, I played NHL, and then I think I went back to Call of Duty, and then some more NHL. So I mean, it was, you know, I was very one-dimensional in how I played the 360, but I definitely did really like the prototype games. Oh, Crackdown! How can I forget Crackdown?
Ooh,
the first one was great.
Okay, Monster, your 360 picks.
Well, this is the game out of all the games in the collection of the 360 that I played all the time, and it's not even like the most popular game. Left 4 Dead 2. Played that game every day, all day with friends. We were actually in a game battle team back in the day. We came out of 1,500 teams. We were in the 32 slot at the end of it. So we played that a hell of a lot. The Mass Effect series, I loved that.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Yeah, Gears of War, Halo series. Yeah, I did the DJ Hero. I had fun with that. A lot of people hated that, but I love that. It was
I still have my turntable.
Yep, I do too. It's sitting on a shelf right over there. But yeah, I played a lot of 360. I was a 360 guy, not a PlayStation 3 guy. I didn't adopt the PlayStation 3 until I guess maybe 2 years in the end of its cycle. So everything that you saw that was cross-platform back in the day, I picked it up on the 360. But yeah, Left 4 Dead 2, that was the game that's the only game in my whole inventory library that has 1,500 out of 1,500 gamer score. It's the only one.
Every achievement, huh?
Every achievement.
Now, there was a game for PS3 called Detuned. It was like an indie game where you basically sat down and had an acid trip to some weird music. And I have a platinum trophy in that, by the way. We won't discuss why. And but for 360, I used a 360. I didn't have one, but I played mostly sports games and racing games. So I was big into Madden. I was big into Forza. I was big into some of the arcade racers that were out, some of the indie titles that were arcade racers that were really fun. But yeah, I mostly used it for a sports platform. I played some FIFA on there. I played some NBA on there. I played some baseball. Because when I was playing 360, I was overseas. And, you know, sports was kind of my way of watching sports in a way, because I missed watching sports, so I just play sports games. You also had like Halo. You also had cross-platform titles. You had the Metal Gear Solid 3 that was cross-platform for a short time, I do believe. Either that or I played it on PS2. I'm not sure. But yeah, I loved playing the 360. I just never really owned one, because by the time I got home and ready and willing to buy an Xbox, it was Christmas time and the Xbox One was already out, so I got an Xbox One. But I absolutely love my Xbox. I'll never trade in any more of my consoles. I still have a lot of old gen consoles too, like Super Nintendo and things like that. I still have a PS1 and PS2, and I absolutely love them. So that's my bit. That's what I love. And that is the last of the topics for this evening. So we're going to go around the room. We're going to say where we can find us when we can find us there, what we can find us doing there, and yeah, Monsters Ridge.
Hey, everybody, just give me a second.
You're a Canadian, you're a cue ball, go.
Hey, everybody, I'm MonsterousRage, MonsterousRage Gaming, and I play everything. Wii U, PS4, Xbox One, PlayStation, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Wii, PC, soon to be NES, SNES. We're doing Retro Week once a month for the first week of every month. It's going to be nothing but retro gaming on my channel. You can find me at Twitch TV/MonsterousRage. Come on by. I also do a podcast with these two guys and another podcast with DeFitster. We do that over on YouTube. We air it on Sunday nights on my channel. Come on by, guys. The whole profile list is there of every game I've got. The schedule that I am on, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. Come and see me. I tend to be a little animated.
Angry Iceberg.
Yeah, I'm Angry Iceberg. If you are watching live, you are watching on my channel. I am a partner streamer. Has been partner now for a little over a month. I stream Destiny 7 days a week on the Xbox One and the PS4. I do some different games every once in a while, but generally stick to Destiny. Getting prepared for Rise of Iron, so that's kind of what you're going to be expecting. We do a lot of different fun stuff, so make sure you come by and check that out. You can find me online on YouTube, youtube.com/AngryIcebergTV. We'll be uploading this episode to that tomorrow, so you'll be able to, if you missed out on any of it, make sure you check out it there. If you're watching on YouTube, check me out at twitch.tv/angry_iceberg. You can also find me on Twitter at twitter.com/angry_iceberg, and also on Instagram with angry_iceberg on there as well. All the information will be in the show notes if you're watching on YouTube, or in the information panels below the screen if you're watching live here on my channel. Other than that, man, I appreciate you stopping by, and man, we'll see you next week.
Yes, and my name is KadexGaming, where I am Kadex, but we are gaming. Twitch stream dedicated, helping you in game and in life. Now, this is the last appearance on Twitch for me until I get back from PAX West. I'm actually flying out in roughly 18 hours. It's going to be an amazing time. I cannot wait. It was due to the generosity of the Destiny community that I'm able to go with StackUp.org. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody here in the Destiny community and on this channel. I will be back. Let's see. I fly in Tuesday, so I'll be back on Wednesday for my stream and the podcast. So we'll be talking PAX West when we come back. What we experienced, or what I experienced there, and the Bungie tour. See if I can talk a little bit about that as well. Yes. So you can find me over there at twitch.tv/KadexGaming. I do stream 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do Borderlands 2 One Life to Live challenges, and we are also bringing back Twitch Helps Twitch, starting the Stream I Come Back, where we take in donations for 30 days, and at the end of those 30 days, we donate it to a random small stream that could really use that support. So thank you very much for having us on here on the William Screen Podcast, Angry Iceberg's channel. For KadexGaming, MonsterousRage, and Angry Iceberg, keep calm and game on. And here's Angry Iceberg with some rating.
Just before we go, Kadex, this is my payback for him cutting us off all the time.
See you, nerds.